Hello everybody, this is Emma Purple here once again, and I came with you with a guest. Introduce yourself. Tell them hi.
Hi, my name is Natasha Adola.
She just said her name is Natasha, and we are here today to share with you our monthly update vlog.
Thank you.
Welcome all to the month of May. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what happened in April to me, what I learned from the month of April, and I'm also going to be addressing what my hopes and plans for May is. And I noticed that I've been rambling in these little monthly update things for a while. I don't know what's so funny. I noticed that I've been rambling for a while, so I did the honors of putting everything down so that I don't get distracted and go on tangents. So let us firstly jump into what we learned in April. We learned a lot of things in April. Since I started this year 2021, I've learned so much. It's as if I'm a child, like my little baby her. Yeah, and I'm learning all about life. And one of the things I learned is being a decent human being. For the longest time, I've been talking about how I've been looking forward to God doing something with my life and setting me up with what He wants to do with my life. And yes, the disappointment saga continued throughout April, but I came to a point and I learned something. And what I learned is that even though things aren't working well for you, you don't need any effort to be a decent human being. You don't need money, or you don't need attention, or you don't need status to be nice and kind and share kindness with the world and just make people happy. Like, I realized that no matter how the devil attacks me to make me feel injured emotionally, if I use my emotion to try and encourage people, other people, and lift them up emotionally, then that stick that it has to push me down, the devil doesn't really have it anymore. So one thing I learned in April is to be a decent human being, and for all the kindness and love and beauty that I desire to have and feel in life, I should give out beauty, I should give out love, I should give out kindness. The second thing I learned is to be candid with God. So in April, I came to a point, a very, very hard point, and it was like facing a wall. And I started to feel afraid to go to God and tell Him about my feelings. I started feeling hesitant to really go to God and tell Him that, God, I'm not happy. Because I felt as if admitting that I'm not happy is being ungrateful to God. And rather than telling Him what is my heart of heart, I just wanted to maintain an image that's not having issues. I just wanted to maintain an image, and so I didn't go to God to tell Him I'm not happy, feeling as if I don't admit that I'm not happy, maybe I'm not really entering into the emotion. I'm not accepting the emotion, and then I won't feel it in the full degree, which we all know that that's not true. So I had to learn how to be candid with God. And there was one time I was feeling so distressed. I was feeling an actual pressure in my chest because, okay, the things that I was looking forward to, they weren't coming true. And it was either one of three things. Either, first of all, God didn't want it to come true. And my conclusion to that was that if God didn't want it to come to pass, then what did God actually want to come to pass in my life? I had prayed that prayer from the beginning of this year and backwards, and the answer is always, I know what I'm doing with your life, don't worry. And it's a little bit frustrating. If it's not that, then maybe another reason for my delay is spiritual opposition from the enemy. And I know that the devil does not have any power, because God has Jesus has made a spectacle of them on the cross, nailing them to the cross, disarming them, and giving us power and authority. And being a child of God, I have that authority over the enemy. Can you follow this way if you want to go in fashion? I know I had that authority. So if it was the devil really resisting me with delay, I didn't really know if that was possible, if I really actually had that power to overcome the strategy and plans of the devil. Then the third, yes.
Okay.
If it was not the devil resisting me, or not my God's plan for me, then the third issue was that this delay could possibly be God teaching me a lesson. And I asked, I said, God, you have been teaching me lessons since 2017. You have made me grow so much. All I want is just something in my life to show purpose, to show me a direction that I am walking forward. I'm not looking for fame. I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking for husband. I just want your will and your purpose. And I cried. I did a lot of crying in April. And God told me something. And God gave me a word from 2 Corinthians chapter 12. Verse 5 to 9, and it was about boasting in your infirmity. And when God gave me those words, I was very happy, because I understood that yes, even though I don't have that thing I'm looking for, boasting in my infirmity is emphasizing my hope, is emphasizing my trust in God. It's realizing that no matter how many times I'm knocked down, I'm not giving up, because I know what I am connected to. It is constantly and consistently believing regardless what happens, because you know that your life is not random and there is something in the future that God is proposing, and someday somehow you will get there no matter what. So I put a little note here, and I don't know if it will help explain all I've been rambling about, but I wrote, sometimes we are ashamed to go to God because of a level of pain we go through. Because if we claim to love God, ideally we shouldn't fall into that darkness. It should be happy, happy, happy all day long. But we should be able to go to God even when the darkness is so thick. So emotionally, spiritually, these things I explained to you is what I learned in April. But other things in other aspects, what I discovered in April, or my experiences in the month of April, is I discovered Spotify, and I haven't been able to get over the wonder of Spotify. I know it's a really old thing for people in other regions, but it just came to Nigeria, and I'm really enjoying listening to all the kinds of music that I really like discovering new artists every time, and it's just such fun. Unfortunately, right now I can't listen to Spotify because no data. But I don't even listen to my playlist that's in my phone anymore. It's all Spotify all day long. And another achievement in April is I finally finished all 500 episodes of Naruto. I know I was talking about Naruto last month and talking about how Naruto's never give up attitude kinds of parallels with the phase I am in life right now. But I finally finished it. At first I said I didn't want to skip the fillers, but oh my gosh, I had to skip them. They were too much. You've been a very cliffhangery part of the story, and then they will just be on one pointless filler that you don't understand. So I finished Naruto. Funny thing, in this new month now, I don't even have time to watch anime. Who would have thought? Who was glorying in the chance of getting to watch so many anime because of my free time. But that is leading me to the new development in my life. The final thing that happened in April that is a good thing and that we should rejoice about. I finally got a job. I am a teacher now. I teach English language, and it's unbelievable. It's wild. After looking for opportunities all this time, I finally got an opportunity, and it's just wonderful. I know that will really change. I know that will really change how I go through life from this point forward. But it's just another form of challenge we have to go through. It's another aspect of life that we have to overcome, and I'm actually looking forward to sharing how I am passing through those phases of my life. So my plans for April, my plans for me. My greatest plan for me is to learn how to manage time. For the past 3 years, I've been in a phase where I have a lot of time to myself. I have a lot of time to just I'm just waiting for a day to end because I just have so much time. But now I'm getting to a phase where Like I have such a limited amount of time that I have to do this, I have to do that, and I have to do this, and it's such a happy thing. But I know and I'm aware of my life that the moment I start denying myself from the word of God and from prayer, I am setting myself up for big trouble. The first week of doing my job, the past week that just passed, I actually struggled with time for prayer. There are some times that I was so exhausted I couldn't pray. But I know that that's part of growing, is seeing the situation and adapting and adjusting and making sure that you prioritize the important parts of it. So in the month of May, my major goal is to bring a schedule for myself where I can squeeze in writing. Yes, that's ambitious. Writing my book, preparing and being a good teacher, doing lesson plans and the rest, reading my Bible and doing other things that I am doing. So that is my number one and biggest goal for me, and I really hope that I will be able to achieve it. I think I didn't ramble too much. It's not over yet. I could still ramble, but let's cut it here before I start talking about pointless things. Thank you all for watching. I apologize for all the background noise and the distractedness. Natasha, will you come and say bye? Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
I don't know if you heard her, but Natasha just told you guys bye, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.